These are some tall breaks. That's got to be 15, 18 foot off the ground. Obviously there's not going to be being that tall, but they could easily climb up there and then pull it with one hand or with both hands and just hold onto the tree with their like knees. I honestly reckon that they're capable of that. So there's that one, and then there's another one right just below it. It's probably about 12, or not 12 feet, probably like 10 feet, 8 to 10 feet. If you're standing on one side of it, about, yeah, 8 feet. That one's a lot fresher. I'll go and stand there. Curious. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's about 8 foot. Oh, yeah, 8 foot. 8.5, 9 feet. And then you got that. Those couple branches or sticks, whatever you want to call them, are leaning up against that other bit. They have not naturally formed like that. There's just no way they've been placed there. Yeah, there's a little bit of human activity too, like they've cut overhanging branches that are going to the track, but they're not going to go in there and place sticks like that. They're just going to chuck them in. So I just passed a bike, guy on a Suzuki, probably a teenager, young adult. You're not meant to ride moties through here, but who's going to know, right? If I see people, I'm going to have to turn it off. I don't want to look insane talking to myself. Don't know if that's natural or I can hear people down there on the other track. So what's with all these cryptid and Bigfoot, Dogman channels that are suddenly popping out of nowhere, that seem to be getting the best and the most compelling footage that has been put on the internet since day one? One channel called D's Dark Adventures, an absolute joke. There was a video from, I think, 3 weeks ago now, might be nearly 3.5, 4 weeks, has like, well, it had 25k views I think when I watched it, and it's ridiculous. It's, you know, she's filming a werewolf, the great beast, and it's just sitting there with its glowing eyes, not blinking once, just totally just there. And it was a live stream, by the way. Like just how convenient. I have to stop the film. Yeah, these absolute goofy researchers, clickbait morons, whatever you want to call them, disinfo agents. Yeah, they seem to be more common these days than ever. Yeah, and this woman has all this footage. It's like every time she goes out, oh, I caught a Bigfoot, baby Bigfoot on camera. And yeah, there's footage of something there. There is footage of something, whether it's a hunter that's just sitting behind a tree and just pokes its head out and then, you know, plays peekaboo, quote unquote, as people like to say. This is one of my little spots I come sit in that I've had some mild activity, I guess, but legit activity. I'm not claiming to, I haven't seen anything ever. I've only heard stuff. I've had vague tree knocks. I've had one in here too. Oh shit. Last time I was sitting in here, a tree back up on the somewhere around where I was, up on the track or whatever, a massive tree, well not ridiculously big, but big enough that you could like tell it was decent size, just came crashing down, pushed down. It sounded like it was pushed and torn down. It's like crack, crack, snap. And it was, lasted probably 5 seconds or something. And then of course I went up there like, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes later, and there was absolutely no sign of anything. Maybe it was further up and I didn't go far enough to where it actually fell, which probably was the case, but yeah, interesting nonetheless. So back to these hoaxes, these experts that every time they go out, they get something on footage. Look through there. Can you see it? Look, it's a dog man. Oh, it's just poked back behind the tree. Oh, damn it. So go to Dark D's Adventures channel. She's an American, of course. And I'm not ripping on Americans, it's just that it's the subject's the biggest over there by a mile. And there's a lot more people there than other parts of the world. So the chances of, you know, a hoaxer or a disinfo agent, Agent Smiths, are way, way higher than over here, or than where I am and other parts of the world. So go over to the channel, check out some of the footage, and all the people in the comments just believe it. They just buy it up. They're like, oh my god, wow, this is the best dogman footage I've ever seen in my life. You go, girl, you've got some balls on you. Just all these crazy comments of just low IQ fools, absolute fools, to believe something like that. I don't know if it's like just one of her friends. It's obviously one of her friends or an acquaintance, a researcher she researches, quote unquote, with. Or it could, you know, it could just be her boyfriend or something. Just simply just ducking down. The dog man or the werewolf is just ducking down. With these bright glowing yellow eyes, and they're kind of going in between like yellow and like orangey sort of colour. The thing doesn't blink once, and it's just right there, and she's filming it, and then she just drops, oh, she doesn't drop something, but she focuses on the ground and she's like, oh look, there's some prints, and it's just like a normal dog's footprint, nothing substantial at all. It's hilarious. It's hilarious to watch it from a point of view like mine, where I'm pretty clued on to what's real and what's fake, and I don't know, it just blows my mind. The people that buy this stuff, they just gobble it up, and the sad thing is, they get the views. These fake channels get all the views. clickbait title, clickbait thumbnail. It's got her face in all the thumbnails, like oh, like she's just shocked, like, oh my god, what was that? It's just so obvious. It's your classical clickbait titles. Like, you don't need to stick your face in every single title going like, wow, putting that emotion of wow in them. It just goes to show why the world's the way it is, and why humanity and society is clearly going backwards, because we have a 99 to 1% ratio in terms of like IQ. Most people are just absolutely brain dead in this world, and they cannot figure out what is real and fake, and they believe this fake stuff. It's not only in the cryptid community, it's fake pranks on YouTube, it's everywhere. It's the news. It's like, we live in a clown world where most things are fake and staged, and yet everybody's so conditioned to believe it because they've grown up watching fucking mainstream TV that they think it's real. Their brains can't decipher what's real and what's fake. And if they do get told it's fake, they get all defensive and they're like, oh no, it's not. How's it fake? Blah, blah, blah. You just like shatter their ego and they feel stupid. And nobody wants to feel stupid. It's hard for a lot of people to admit that they've been tricked. They don't like it. They'd rather live with the ignorance than come to the realization that they have been fooled, and oh yeah, maybe that person is right, and it is fake. But no, that's not how our world works, and that's why everything is the way it is. It's painful to be in the minority. Like this woman, she's standing within no more than 20 meters, maybe less, 15 meters, 20 meters, 25 meters maximum away from this being, this werewolf. The title's like, oh, what is it? It's something like, werewolf caught on camera. Just your typical bullshit. Yeah, she's that close to it. And she's just like, she's just putting on a complete act. She's not scared one bit. You can just tell that she's just putting it all on. And if it was real, which it wasn't, she would be absolutely shitting her pants. There's no way it would just submit to her like the way it did. Just end up retreating and duck away so you can't see it anymore. It would absolutely it would have just absolutely scared the shit out of her and made her run, which she did not do any of that sort of stuff. There are lots more channels out there that, look, I don't want to get into all the fakes and who's real, who's fake. We all know that most channels are clickbaity and fake, or they're just too mainstream and they're stuck on like the flesh and blood notion, which is true, but they're not open-minded enough to consider the woo. Like Todd Standing, for example, that clown, fraud Standing, in his high production, you know, thousands of dollars in the budget to produce these films, and he's getting like pictures of, or film of Sasquatch on camera that are like blinking and all this nonsense that just look completely nothing like Bigfoot. They just seriously look like a well done mask or costume, whatever you want to fucking say. And the thing is, you don't see the whole being either. You just see the head. Like, isn't it ironic that people make fake, like masks and whatnot? Like the whole, like from its neck down, for example, was probably just like the person wearing it, like obviously wearing normal clothes, maybe in some kind of like ghillie or hunter costume or whatever, just so you can't like see any clothes through the bushes or something like that, so it camouflages in. Like, they're not that stupid, but just the fact that these are the types of people in the community really, it just blows my mind that people just believe it, and it gives the whole community a bad name. It draws like people that come across those videos first that aren't aware of the Sasquatch phenomenon. Like, they've heard of the great beast, and they search in Bigfoot on YouTube, and all the first channels that pop up are all the like the mainstream. You've got all the people that go on the expeditions, do this and that, they have all the budget, and they're making a show out of it. They have to make it entertaining, so they just throw fake stuff in there. Like, we all know this. These people come to the channels like that, or just the fake, like this D's Dark Adventures, and they'll watch it and go, oh, that's complete, like they're smart enough to know it's bullshit, and then they think the whole thing's bullshit because they're watching somebody hoax it. So that's what I mean by these disinfo agents. It's like they're plants, and they're the controlled opposition to make fake content. So hopefully people watch that content first, and then they completely dismiss the topic altogether. Like, they don't even give it the time to research and find the good channels where you don't see the beings, but it's legit research, even if it's just structures, talking about the spiritual side of it, the woo, their cloaking abilities, everything, like anything to do with it. They don't get that far, and they just get stopped at that roadblock of fakery and foolishness. So they dismiss the whole topic. And I mean, it's like your typical psyop sort of material. Like, it's smart, but it's only smart when you've got a population of dumbass sheep that will actually believe it. So once again, our population is just retarded stuff. Like, I don't care if people find that offensive or whatever. That's the truth. This video's been going for 18 minutes. I did not realise. I don't really have anywhere else to walk. I've walked everywhere where it's kind of open here. But these channels need to be, they are getting called out all the time, left and right. People they just delete the comments and or block the account from ever commenting on their channel again. That's what happened to me on that D's Dark Adventures channel. I left like 20 plus comments, and then I never ever got a reply from anyone off those comments. Like, I was calling out people that were watching it thinking it was real, and none of them replied, neither did she. It's because she deleted, or because she blocked me from the channel, and now my comments obviously don't pop up, or they're not seen at all. And when I went back to the channel, none of the comments had replies or thumbs ups or anything like that, so it's obvious what happened. But these are the types of people that are in the community, guys, and they're getting most of the attention, which is one of the problems. Like, you've got the real channels like Colorado Bigfoot. Oh, there's too many to name, really. But, like, you know who I'm talking about, or you know who you are. So it doesn't really matter. You've got the proper boots on ground that come into the forest, like what I'm doing now. And there are lots of videos that have compelling footage. Like I've seen plenty of Bigfoot on. Hey, look at that. That's Alina. That's just been. Obviously, that could have fallen or just been pushed onto it, but yeah. There are lots of legitimate people, don't get me wrong. There's tons of good footage out there. And then there's the channels that have like half good, like the channels that upload other people's clips, like NVTV, Realize TV. Those channels, the people that run them, they kind of, I don't know if, I reckon they're just in, like on the page of, they put up anything that's Bigfoot related and could be, whether if it's real or fake, they'll put it up there because it just gets views and clicks. And they're kind of, you know, adding to the mess because it's a little, I don't know if it's, I'm not going to say it's a deer because I doubt it. I reckon it's one of their like beds, hangout spots, seats. All through here. It's just too good to not be occupied by something. I've always thought that when I come to these areas, like, you just feel like there's something else that lives here that's intelligent, you know. So watch out who you're watching, because they might seem legit at the start and you realise, shit, this is fake as hell. Like, I thought her footage was, well, not her footage, because when I started watching her footage, that's when I realised it was fake. But I thought, from going on her channel and just thumbnails, like, I know I said that they're obvious and fake, but some people do that anyway. Even if it is real, they just dramatize it. And some of the footage is like, oh, it's hard to explain. Like, maybe because she uploads other people's stuff as well, I think, every now and then. So I think I might have seen some actual potential legit evidence, but then she's put all her fake stuff up as well. And I noticed her channel's sort of blown up since, or she's got most of the views on short videos, but on the regular videos, her channel's blown up since she's been hoaxing stuff. So what's she done? She's just made more hoax videos. And she's even made a video, like, claiming that it's all real. All the trolls can just piss off, and how dare you? I've got scientists that are going to be backing me up. I've got a whole team of researchers that are too scared to speak out. I've got this, I've got that. Absolute clownery. But yet, you go to the comments and just look at all the brain deads believing and buying it. I'm gonna end this video. Cool little place in here. Little Peoples, Junjity, Wood-Archie, Devil Dog. Look at it down there, the great beast. Can you see it? Oh, it just ducked down. Oh, too bad.